Hello everybody, we are on Thursday Night Boogie with DJST, and in the house tonight we've got Mr. Danny Technici. He's back in the room.
Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
Yes, you are listening to the Beat to Radio Bali, wherever it may be, on whatever platform it may be. Honoured to have you here, Danny.
Oh, bless you.
It's been a while, all of a month.
Yeah.
No, actually, it's been about 3 months, I think.
I don't know. Time is at the minute for us. Like, it's just paused. So
The COVID time.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It doesn't. Well, we've been through quite a terrible phase over the last couple of months.
Yeah, for me as well. I came out the other end of it. It was quite an experience, but I'm glad I did it because now my antibodies and my body seem to be flying on all cylinders. I've got loads of energy.
Well, what I mean is that PPKM, which started on the July 3, and because Bali was going pretty well gangbusters, and I think that's the last time we spoke was around that
I think
time.
it was just before then. Yeah, and it's been a pause ever since.
I thought you were going to say it's been appalling, and it has.
The
whole thing's been appalling.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's going to come back because everything's changed.
It looks like promising,
this week.
and but throughout the whole time we've been on pause, I've been working and collaborating with other people and being extra creative with my own stuff and the collaborations I've done in the studio. So the reason why I'm here today is obviously to just showcase a couple of new tunes and talk about what we've got going on.
Okay. And was that with somebody, or you said at the collaborations?
Yes. Well, first of all, I was doing a couple of tunes with David Herrera. We spoke about that in the last show. We had one of our tracks released called Keep On Dancing. That went on an album which was doing quite well. It was like Django, the record label was. It's a French label, so that one got released. And then I met up with a good friend called Scott Pullen. He's quite an experienced DJ around the scene here in Bali. What we did, we sort of fell upon a stream that we're doing on a Sunday called Through Music We Live On, and the actual the style of the show is pretty much 90s eclectic with new tunes thrown in. So we just got busy in the studio for a month and made a bunch of re-edits and remixes of classics from the 90s, and also did some really good new tracks, one of which is called Mombasa, which is just been signed. Watch this space. We'll be releasing all the details on that very soon. We decided to make our collaboration called Kintamani. You may have seen me on my live streams on a Sunday on Through Music We Live On Mixcloud. Right. It's been
you've been doing that regularly, right?
Yeah, I started it when COVID started. Actually, it'll be nearly 2 years, but the end of this year. And what we did was, first of all, we were just doing a radio broadcast for the hospitals back home in England. The NHS doctors and everything, they were literally so overwhelmed with all the COVID situation that they'd be working many hours throughout 24 hours. They'd sleep at the hospital, then carry on another shift. So what we were doing, we were entertaining them and doing the show. It started off on Facebook until they throw us off, and then we're on Mixcloud. We were talking about it before. It's Mixcloud have paid a license fee, so you can actually stream and play anything you like. So
with the copyrights and
so it covers all the copyright infringement.
So let's just go into one of those tracks that you recently produced. Where do you think we should start?
We could start with the Mombasa one, because it's
this one here.
That's the one. It's this one was a remix of the original by Scott Pullen, and I made it with him a bit more bouncy, a bit more clubby. It's on my mix, which you'll be able to hear after the chat.
Right.
And yeah, it's kind of like a mixture between Afro and I would say
House.
yeah, it's definitely got the house feel. It's got the club feel, the bouncy bass line. But when you see, you'll hear the Afro influence with the vocals, and it's got that Latin feel to it as well.
But this is a remix, right?
This is the remix of Mombasa. This is the Kintamani remix of Mombasa, which I did with Scott Pullen.
Right. Okay, let's listen to a bit of that. How about the engineering and mixing type part of it?
Funny you should say that. Actually, we got it mastered by my cousin called Pipi Siez, who's the expert around this. We did all the production. Scott did all the arrangements, and I helped him with all the co-producing. Yeah, it's got all of that.
Sorry, Mombasa is already a huge hit or something, or what is it?
No, not at all. What we did, it was he did the original one, and the same week we threw out the remix because I thought it needed more of the club feel to it. His version is extremely great. You can go on to Scott Pullen's SoundCloud or even his Facebook, and you'll be able to get a glimpse or hear the original. And it's about to be released anyway. And what we did together, I heard his track and I liked it, and I said I'd love to do a club mix to it. It's more my kind of style, the club mix.
Right.
And so we just jumped in the studio. Before you know it, the magic happened, and we're jumping around the room going mental.
Let's go mental.
Hear the Afro vocals.
Yeah. Well, the Afro house is very big right now too, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. The DJs like Black Coffee and Pipi Siez is playing a bit. He's got very Afro influenced, chilled music.
But all this tribal thing that's been going on, building slowly around the place.
Well, actually, you've heard me speak about him a lot. I'm really proud of him. He's actually on my mix as well, so you'll hear the first track on the mix is a film score that he has done. Right,
that's Pipi.
Yeah, it's there's no beat to it. It's just a film score. It's that deep. I love it. It's a great introduction to my mix. So hopefully everyone listening, stay around, don't go anywhere, stay on this style, and you'll get to listen to the mix.
Absolutely. You're on the we're on, look, it's got Scott Pullen is watching this live video. It says right there. Good on you, Scott.
Shout out to Scott.
The man behind it all. So what happens to these tracks now that you made them?
He will, and I will announce it when it's due to be released. You'll have all the information. At the moment, it's in the contract stage, so it's been signed and it's ready to go. So as soon as we've got any news, we'll launch it, and you'll be able to grab the copy of it. It'll go on all downloadable platforms.
Well, that's Mombasa, and you're on the Beat Radio Bali. What have you been up to since the last saw you? There wasn't any work going on, was it?
Well, actually,
I
was doing the charity thing, and then that kind of slowed down due to low budget and people not sending. So if you want to get involved with the charity, it hasn't got any better, it's actually got worse. You can help out and donate. What I did with Scott, which is great, we decided with all the tunes that we made to put it on Bandcamp, and you can go to the website bandcamp.com /Kintamani1. And that's basically where you can hear all our tracks and download some of them. And with a small donation, we put some of the proceeds to the charity that I do for the food parcels, which is it was a great idea. And so if you want to go to the Facebook as well, you can follow us, Kintamani1, and the links are on there to go straight to Bandcamp. You can either listen to the track, so we're not forcing it on anyone. You can listen to it if you like, as many times as you like.
Yeah.
Or you can download it and keep it to yourself. And that's what we've done.
And play it apparently if you're a DJ.
Well, that's what we're hoping.
The
tunes are definitely cool enough that I've played it to many other DJs and they seem to think so.
But I guess if you get the track from you, you're getting a pretty good quality track that you could play.
These tracks are high quality.
CDJs,
they've been mastered. They're all good. They're ready for the clubs. The full WAV file. So if you're a DJ and you want to get a cool tune with a 90s influence, then jump on Bandcamp /Kintamani1, and you'll be lucky enough to hear our tracks.
And what's your history in production?
I've been doing it for 25 years, co-producing with so many artists. PPCS was one of them. We had a collaboration called At It, and it was a bit weird because we had the at sign in the title of the collaboration. So when we were trying to sign the tracks to many labels, which we did, they'd always have a moan at us to say, can't we just put AT? We were like, no, it has to be an at sign, otherwise we're not signing. And now we were trying to be too cool with it, and we always get a frown. They were like, they're having a problem.
So it turns into a problem.
But we wanted it like that. We didn't want to. We didn't want to do anything normal. We always wanted to be weird.
But the big tech has control of everything.
Oh God,
you're not allowed to do anything.
No, that's it.
Only what they say.
Yeah,
and it's getting worse.
It is. I think it's all going to end up like what's it called? That Arnold Schwarzenegger film there. Terminator.
Or 1984.
But it'll all be Google.
Yeah, that's right. Big Brothers. Well, it's not so much Google. I think the worst one is Facebook and all that. Zuckerberg, whatever his name is.
He's literally bought everything. He's bought WhatsApp. He's bought Instagram. What's next?
Well, there's nothing left.
Yeah, I wonder if he's taken the jab.
But I don't think they need to. They live in this kind of plastic bubble. What do you think about big tech and music then? Like Spotify and things like this.
Well, it's killed the pay for the artist, because there's too many free options now, like Spotify, and unfortunately, that takes away a massive chunk of royalties for the artist and record sales. So people pay subscription and they can listen to your tune for free, so they don't need to go out and buy it. Whereas 20 years ago, you'd have people queuing around the corner for your track.
Yeah.
We used to get upfront payments for tunes. I remember like a record labels fighting over the track, and we'd go, all right, who's prepared to pay us up front? And you could have that,
and they'd pay you real money.
You got real money up front. There's thousands of pounds involved. It was those were the good old days, and it was all down to vinyl, which it's something people could keep, not just an MP3, which is lost somewhere in your computer forever and ever until your computer blows up.
Then it's lost for good.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like all your old photos and everything else nowadays.
Well, that's it. You think they're being saved in the cloud. They're not. They're being sold and God knows what, mate. It's ridiculous. I don't trust the cloud anyway.
The cloud. Is that Big Brother? The cloud.
That's
God.
Yeah, they've all got clouds, haven't they? Yeah, whatever it is.
What about the next track?
We could go with the Last Rhythm one. Play that one. That one's a 90s influenced remix we did. It's quite beautiful and special. Quite proud of this one.
Okay.
Taken from a track called Last Rhythm by Last Rhythm, and so that's we called it Last Rhythm because there's no point changing it.
It's a remix.
It's a Kintamani remix of Last Rhythm, which you can get on Bandcamp, by the way.
All right. That's another one for you budding DJs out there. You can get this track on Bandcamp.
Well,
Kintamani.
I've asked a lot of DJs that I know that heard the originals of these tracks from back in the day in the early 90s, and they all approve. especially Glyn Tandy, if you're listening, he approves on this one. He loves this one.
There's a bit of a waterfall. Is that a Bali effect? Isn't it?
Yeah, hopefully you don't need to stand
Or is it raining? I don't know. Maybe it's coming through the microphone.
Well, we're just about to go in the rainy season, so it's perfectly timed.
Well, for a long time I was kind of like thinking electronic music kind of sucked, so I didn't really take any notice of it.
It's gone round in a full circle then. He's loving it now, people. He's become a DJ. Yeah. He's the one.
I'm the DJ old guy.
Actually, Benjamin Button, I always say this. You fit right into the Bali DJ scene. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, actually, I've been DJing for 45 years. I started in Ibiza. I started Ibiza itself.
Exactly. And if you used to say that, people would believe you because they just don't know any better.
Oh, that's right. It's all kind of lost. Before the internet, there was no history. So you could be anybody before the internet came along.
Yeah, you could say you were one of Daft Punk and they'd believe you.
Yeah.
Just say, look, don't you recognise my shoulders?
Well, that guy with the mouse cat on.
Yeah. Dead mouse.
Dead mouse. Good idea. Maybe I should wear a mask down at Casera on Friday night. It says, come down to Casera Friday night, 6 p.m. I'm DJ.
You could. What does that mean, Casera?
Casera?
Yeah.
It's our restaurant.
I know the restaurant,
yeah,
but
for the listeners out there, it's our noodle and rice, dim sum, and now nasi campur restaurant.
And you do a Friday night sunset show, don't you?
That's right. So that's called the Melodic Sunset or something.
Silly. My good friend Roger Dodger, DJ from Los Angeles, plays. We actually make a pretty good pair, but because I do this kind of melodic stuff, and at the beginning, then he comes along and does a bit more of a party kind of sound. Excellent.
Remixes
That's
of
to try and fly
classics.
In on Friday.
And then I come back on later with a bit more of a progressive kind of underground thing. Turn the lights down.
And then
get
when
deep.
People get hungry, they've got noodles. What's better than that?
Exactly. I'm not sure what else you can get off the waiters, but probably not what you're looking for. Anyway, this track.
Yeah. Last rhythm, people. If you're liking it, straight onto Bandcamp.
Well, now that I've got it, I'll play it on Friday night.
Excellent. You can donate then to the food charity.
Yeah, exactly. I'll send over some noodles.
Great idea.
Oh, geez, they're pretty bloody expensive, those noodles. All right. Okay, we are listening to some tracks from our special guest today, Danny Technici, and in collaboration with Scott Pullen.
Yeah, and we're called Kintamani, people, which is a mountain here in Bali, for those that don't know, back around the UK.
Okay, so many people from the UK following tonight. I'm not sure how, but I'm sure they are somewhere.
We can share it anyway. Sharing is caring as well.
Yeah, I could share the Twitch. You can share the Twitch to them if you want.
Excellent.
You got your phone?
Well, I've got a Twitch.
Well, anyway.
Alright, let's do it. Actually, no, we'll put my phone in this one. Okay. So did you share it with me, yeah?
Yes. Share. No. No, I haven't got to that. It's just basically Twitch TV /The Beat Radio Bali.
Okay. So you'll resend the show afterwards.
Yeah, I edit it and put it up. the recorded show.
Excellent.
So, but if they want to go live, they can just get on Twitch, we're going live also on the Instagram.
So the Beat Bali live on Instagram, if you're just listening to the show by the radio.
I'll put that up there. What is it? Alright. This is TV / Whoops. It'll be handy to be able to see.
Does help.
But I was telling you earlier how I'm actually seeing better nowadays from these earthworm tablets that I've been taking.
I'm gonna look into that. I'm kind of interested.
I can't remember the name of it, but there's a Latin name for it. Rebus, rebellus, rebucus or something.
Benjamin Button, that's what it means.
Yes. Keeps your eyes young.
Exactly.
You
That's
know.
the secret, people.
Yes. The secret is to have a good time, I believe.
Well, I met this old guy by the pool today, and his name is John. If you're listening, John, he was amazing. He was just he was Australian, but he just lives and retired in Bali, and he was just giving me all kinds of wise and wonderful experiences. He was telling me, and telling me he's been up, the Himalayas, and he's prayed with the monks, and he's now living in Bali, and he's saying, live in the moment, people, live in the moment.
Make the moment, even though it's pretty difficult. Well, okay, it's probably more possible to live in the moment now than ever because you can't do anything else.
Exactly.
You're
So might
kind
as
of
well
there.
celebrate where you are, what you're doing.
Yes, make the most of it.
Exactly.
Get out of bed and do something with your life. There we are.
There we are.
So, what else? This weekend there's some pretty good shows around town.
Sevilla? Is that looking
There's
good?
Sevilla. There's can't remember what it is though. Some tribal thing
Excellent.
on Saturday.
I'm streaming live on Sunday again with DJ Dodger and friends. That'll be
Okay.
fun. It will be in a secret location, but we're going to stream it live on Mixcloud through Music We Live On.
Well, we're hoping to have you on the mix here tonight, but you've brought in a mix yourself, so
Yeah, I thought we could have gone live and done the mix, but I've got another one on Sunday anyway, and I think the mix that I did was because I had all these new Kintamani tunes that I wanted to put in a certain order, and I wanted to make it sound as good as possible. So I've already pre-recorded it, but it's recorded live anyway, so you don't have to look at my ugly mug while I'm doing it.
well, you're quite a handsome young man, really. In fact,
Bless you.
That's what I keep on wanting to ask the DJs after my limited lifestyle of being a DJ. Is do you know what sort of tracks you're going to be playing from one to the other, or is it just everything's kind of there and you kind of find them, randomly?
It's a lot easier than it was when we used to have like 4 record bags or boxes and used to stretch our arms. We just go for it, and I used to rip all my finger, all the skin on my fingers, trying to find the next record really fast. But nowadays you've got record box and you pre-plan your crates, and now it's all done, in a way that you remember it. You can color code it. You can put the in an order, alphabetical if you want. You can do anything to keep it in order, and that way you'll never forget your set. But when I first started with the records, it was all, there was no planning.
Random.
Yeah, I still prefer
But when
eclectic mixes where we go with the crowd. I look at it and I go, yeah, I'm definitely going to go eclectic with this because I can see that it's working for me. I don't plan it too much, especially on the live mix, especially.
But all those tracks are in one certain folder,
Well,
or
we do-
they're kept
Yeah.
together that
Well,
you're going to be playing that night.
I
then
make a
it becomes
crate.
random.
So, like for instance, on Sunday's show, this will be the 6th show. I've done a live show this year, so I'm going to literally put number 6 on the number of my crate, choose, and then bounce between all the crates over the last few weeks, and then go into some old stuff. I'll look at what I've got in front of me, and then you almost feel it, if you like. I do anyway. Other DJs a bit more planned.
Because it's, I find when I'm trying to do it that you have a bunch of tracks in a folder, crate, but how they come out seems to be different every time.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
like I
the
say,
order of those.
like what I normally do is I put them in a crate in no particular order, and then just go through it. And with the shows that I do on the stream, we start off nice and gentle, a little bit calm, and then build, and then then go into more of a house set towards the end. But if I was in a club, let's just say Shishi, and they want you to go full on from the start. I've got crates called Shishi Bangers, right? And so I won't go in any order, but I'll go in a crate at least.
Right.
You know, so this week, if I'm liking a lot of the new tunes, I'll put them in that Shishi crate, if you like.
And then it depends on BPM and key, I guess.
Well, if you are, I'm not a key mix DJ. I don't believe in it. I think you can use the filters and take away the sounds of the tracks and blend it, and it doesn't sound too bad. That's old school. That's the way I do it.
Right.
However, I have enjoyed key mixing. It's not a bad thing. There's an actual software called Mixed in Key. It helps you with all the keys of your tracks, and a record box gives you some idea of where you are and the level of key you need to be playing in. But I don't go with key. I go with tracks. I've got a live interaction with the people on the chat room. So if they're loving it, they're showing the love, and basically that I'll know where to go with the next track as well.
So they're basically linked together by the way they feel.
That's my personal opinion, but
the vibe from it.
Yeah, I'll go with the vibe. I'll definitely go with the vibe.
And talking about vibes, we'll go to the next track here. What do we got here?
Right, okay, we got the right.
What is that?
There's one missing.
A Dream Just For You.
Yeah, you can play that one. A Dream For You.
I think it's just playing on its own there. We'll bring it back. Okay. Tell us about this one.
This one, another 90s feel, Hands in the Air track, taken the vocals from a funk sample, but everyone remembers the vocals somehow from a 90s track called the FPI project called Everybody All Over the World. One of my favourites in the early 90s, but gave it a disco remix, so there's a little bit of Alan Watts on there as well.
One of your favourites.
Yeah, I think so. There's another one I've got, which is a great one coming. We downloaded it, hopefully.
And that you could, for example, have the power within one night to dream 75 years of time.
Let's hear it. That's what we got.
Yeah, there's one you didn't download. It was in the email.
There's 5 emails, wasn't there?
And you would naturally, as you began on this adventure of dreams, you would fulfill all your wishes.
Radio again. This disappeared totally now.
It doesn't matter because they're both in the mix.
Every kind of pleasure
afterwards, which is worth staying around for to listen to the mix.
So this one is Dream Just You.
Yeah,
we got that.
Say to ya, say to ya. I got something I wanna say to you. I say this has been. I say this has been. Just for you.
Let's suppose that you were able every night to dream any dream you wanted to dream, and that you could, for example, have the power within one night to dream 75 years of time. And you would naturally, as you began on this adventure of dreams, you would fulfill all your wishes. You would have every kind of pleasure. Let's have a dream which isn't under control. And finally, you would dream where you are now.
Say to ya, say to ya, I got something I wanna say to ya. This happened. This happened.
Okay, you're on the Beach Radio Bali. We're going live across the whole planet on Twitch, on Instagram, on your dial.
Sounded great, I did.
Anyway, it's all about having fun. This one's died again too. The music must be the music.
Yeah.
All right.
Instagram don't like us because we're sampling very old classic vocals, and they probably think that belongs to someone else, but they obviously don't know that it's well over 40 years old, the sample, and it's taken from a folk song. Forget about it, Instagram.
Oh no, I know exactly. I remember having, who was it, Athron or something, we're playing his music, which is no remix, no nothing, and they banned it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm talking to him and playing his music, you know, hey, go get that stuff, you know, I've had enough of it.
I think it's because we were talking about the big C.
Yeah. You never want to talk about big tech, ever. No. It doesn't even matter if it's on live or anything else. They're probably tuned into you as you're walking around from your phone, right? So,
yeah, well, they do, because you have a conversation about anything, and the advertisements on
that's
your
right.
phone.
It pops up straight away. You go on Google and it comes up on. Yeah, sure. We know all about that. They're controlling our lives.
You know, I was talking with the old guy John, and we were talking about Kathmandu when he went up to the Himalayas, and then I got an advert for Everest. I was like, give me a break.
Everest closed or something.
No, it was an actual.
Oh,
it was
a tour.
A tour of Everest, yeah.
Well, that was a good track. What was that track about?
It was, like I said, it was a vocal from an old funk track, which somebody called the FBI Project in the early 90s.
Right.
Mega sampled it, made it into a club tune, and they got into trouble with loads of samples, Lolita Holloway and all kinds of stuff. But what we did, I always wanted to remix it, and hopefully, you know, the listeners enjoy it, because it's a lifetime ambition to do that remix, and we've brought it up to like a disco type of feel track. And again, you can get all of these tunes, if not off the mix, on Bandcamp. You can go to Bandcamp and you can download them. You can pay a small donation towards our.
Well, nobody likes. Sorry to nobody likes to send a donation. How many people send a donation?
I get private inbox donations.
Okay. Right.
A lot of people are a little bit too shy. They rather than do something that makes them public, so it shows that they've done it. They don't like it. And I was doing my show last Sunday. I had a lovely friend of mine, I won't mention his name, but he donated while I was on the show live and sent me the message, told me.
Cool. Yeah.
And I thought, bless him.
And that's for the kids, right? The food you're giving out.
Well, what we do, we're going to do one, because he donated last week, and I've got a little other donation that I'll go out tomorrow morning, and basically we'll hit the streets, and you'll just see people begging. You'll see people sitting on the floor. You'll see people collecting plastic bottles for the smallest amount of money they get for it. They're lucky if they eat that day. And when they see us with the food parcels and a little drink, and it's as if we're making their day, and they're smiling and they're blessing us. And we have people like teary-eyed, and it's emotional, to say the least. But to
do something for others.
Yeah, it wasn't about that. I mean, Bali was so nice to me that it's just allowing
back,
me
yeah.
and a few others in our group to give back, and that's what we're doing.
Well, there's a few people doing it around the place too, right?
You know, we'll bless them because the people need it. They really do. And all I'm asking, right, is if you feel like you want to donate anything as small as you like, it goes to a good cause, and every little helps.
So another thing that's happening tomorrow night, I think, Friday night, is D. Montero at Vault with Shamui.
Excellent.
He's quite a acclaimed producer. Has a number of hits. I don't know if you know him very well.
I recognise the name, but that type or style of music is
not really
slightly different to what I do. So I can't say that
You're a big fan.
No, because I've never had a chance to experience.
It's a bit banging. It's a bit.
Yeah, but actually, I like the music, and obviously, I love listening to the sunset music. But when it starts to get a little bit too heavy, I kind of like, I'm an old funk and house DJ, so I like listening to my stuff. And
Sure.
I guess everyone's got their own genre, and bless them. Well done. I hope they have a great night tomorrow.
And Shamui's there as well,
Shamui's
doing his thing.
one of the best DJs on the island, without a doubt. He's the only one that's carried on working throughout all of this. I mean, even when they close down everything, he seems to still be going on.
Yeah,
Penthouse. There's nothing stopping him.
Penthouse Suites in LV8 or something.
He's like a Trojan going for it. Bless him. Nice
He's like a Trojan. I accidentally bumped into his abs the other day. It was like hitting a brick wall.
Wow.
He spent
there
his
you
whole
go.
time down
There's
there.
nothing going to stop that guy.
No, yeah, exactly. He's a gladiator.
He is. Definitely is.
As you said. There's also the Warehouse. I went down to the Warehouse last Friday night for their big reopening, and because it's
What's
now
the music? Is it techno still?
it's techno, sort of, melodic techno, and
So what time was that on?
I was there about midnight, I guess.
And it's still
11
going?
o'clock.
So there's
No, it
parties?
just reopened. It just reopened
it's
last
just
week,
like a
and it's
private
now
party.
they renovated quite substantially, and now it's 2 stories. So it's like, it's all a bit underground, a bit dodgy looking to me, but a lot of metal stairways and things like that. But it's really packed, and well, good on them. They do their thing, and they are open all night long. And it seemed like the PPKM was all over.
Wow. Well, that's good news then. Then, if I'm hearing that means that
Things are
there
coming
is
back.
hope for us all.
Oh, totally.
I'd love to
totally
get
coming.
back in the clubs and bars to be playing
Well,
this new music from Kintamani and see the crowd reaction.
They're all open.
Yeah,
They're
they're
all
all
open
open to a degree. I popped into the Forge yesterday, funny enough, just to say hi. And do you remember the Chicken Wednesdays or whatever it's called, where they used to go crazy? And
Chicken
people,
wings or something,
Yeah, Chicken Wing Wednesdays. There were people falling out the door because it's so busy. Well, it was full, but only its seats. It was the seats were all full, so they're
Wasn't
actually
full on.
They're doing the precautions. They're still keeping they're doing the right thing, I guess.
And they were all over him. The Sat Pole and all that were all over places like Forge. They were sitting out the front at 9 o'clock, and they have to close.
Well,
whereas other places were a little bit more.
But listening to what you're saying,
flexible.
I guess I don't know. There can't have been any social distancing. It was probably social distancing in the warehouse.
Socially off your head, yeah.
Anti-social distancing.
Yeah. But it was a shame they didn't fix up the toilets. I've got to say that if they're listening.
It's a warehouse,
home,
isn't it? They just, I mean, they're proud of not having a toilet that works.
just the way it should be.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Who goes to the toilet in a rave anyway? I mean, if you do, you kind of
You're drinking too much.
It's just bad luck. It's just bad luck.
Oh, you have to go down. You have to go down the road to Opera to go to the toilet. But anyway, that's another story. Sunday, you got your live feed on Mixcloud.
That goes
that's pretty big.
6 p.m. Bali time, 11 a.m. UK time, and I think it's 8 p.m. Sydney time. We do have a few Australian listeners. Obviously, Scott was collaborating with me on a few shows, and obviously got us to showcase his and mine new tracks. And Kintamani, look out for us.
Absolutely. Now we're going to go out with your beat mix.
Excellent. I'd just like to mention that we've got two tracks on the surprise tracks, which went down really, really well on our live stream. One's like the remix to Papua New Guinea, which was an amazing Kintamani remix. So proud of it. And also we got another one called Made in Canggu, which was actually another 90s massive track for me. Obviously Kintamani, which is me and Scott Pullen. You can check all these tunes out on Kintamani 1, which is on Bandcamp. You can follow us on Facebook, which is Kintamani 1. Right. Or just tune into my show on Through Music We Live On. I'll send all the links out on my socials on Sunday. And I'll be going live with music like that on Sunday, this Sunday coming.
Well, I didn't want to cut into the music because you did mention in the opening track from your cousin.
Yeah, this is the film score from PPCS. It's so epic. It belongs to something on Interstellar or something. Bless him.
Right. Well, thanks for joining the Thursday night boogie.
Oh, mate, it's been an absolute blast as always. Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure.
And always a pleasure to have you here. We're going out with Danny Technici's special 1 hour mix for The Beat magazine. Thanks for joining the show.
Pleasure.
Better turn it on.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Okay.
touch me.
Gonna stop the time. Don't wanna leave it all behind. I never wanna let you go. I know it never fails to show. How we gonna find a way to lead us here today? To let this change begin. It comes from deep within. How we gonna stop the time? Don't wanna leave it all behind. I never wanna let you go. I know it never fails to show.
Let's suppose that you were able every night to dream any dream you wanted to dream. And that you could, for example, have the power within one night to dream 75 years of time. And you would naturally, as you began on this adventure of dreams, you would fulfill all your wishes. Have every kind of pleasure.
Say to ya, I got something I wanna say to ya. Let's suppose that you were able every night to dream any dream you wanted to dream. And that you could, for example, have the power within one night to dream 75 years of time. And you would naturally, as you began on this adventure of dreams, you would fulfill all your wishes. You would have every kind of pleasure. Let's have a dream which isn't under control. Finally, you would dream where you are now. Say to ya, I got something I wanna say to ya. This has been
Keep live in the mix. Keep live in radio. Bali, radio, Bali, radio, Bali.
Digo mi amor que tú te ves bien buena, bien buena, tú te ves bien buena. Digo mi amor que tú te ves bien buena, bien buena, tú te ves bien buena. Digo mi amor que tú te ves bien buena, bien buena, tú te ves bien buena. Digo mi amor que tú te ves bien buena, bien buena, tú te ves bien buena. Digo mi amor que tú te ves bien buena, bien buena, tú te ves bien buena. Digo mi amor que tú te ves bien buena, bien buena, tú te ves bien buena. Digo mi amor que tú te ves bien buena, bien buena, tú te ves bien buena. Digo mi amor que tú te ves bien buena, bien buena, tú te ves bien buena. Digo mi amor que tú te ves bien buena, bien buena, tú te ves bien buena. Digo mi amor que tú te ves bien buena, bien buena, tú te ves bien buena. Digo mi amor que tú te ves bien buena, bien buena, tú te ves bien buena. Digo mi amor que tú te ves bien buena, bien buena, tú te ves bien buena. Digo mi amor
Bring the beat back.
Live in the mix on the beat party. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Hi, this is Danny Technici. Live in the mix on the beat party. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening.
Bring the beat back.
Cut the mid-range, drop the bass.
live in the mix on the Beat Bali. Thank you for listening. Hi, this is Danny Technici, live in the mix on the Beat Bali. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening.